My first day in First Toa Payoh, actually First Toa Payoh wasn't my first choice because I wanted to study in the same school as my sister, but I actually asked for a school transferred during my first day of school. But after I entered the school makes me feel very comfortable. So the teachers are all very nice, so I decided to stay on the school. One thing I like about the school because they focus a lot of in terms of academics and sports. I'm a more active person, so I joined the volleyball team when I entered the school. The volleyball team doesn't have really good results at that point of time, but we achieved a championship in volleyball in the inter-school zone. We put a lot of time and effort in the trainings, like we will come very early in the morning before school starts, so we have our volleyball training, so not to take out our time in our studies. Every day we will stay back for 1-2 hours for our trainings. We even employ a coach outside to actually coach us so to improve more in our skills. We focus a lot in our trainings as well as studies. We form study groups after our training so that our studies won't be left out.
I think the best part of our life in that school was when everybody volunteered to help one another to do things. We don't take it as a job. We take it as more like a passion. If things have to be done, everybody gets together to do it. And that's how the school succeeded in Campus 1 to maintain its enrollment.
Mrs. Chan was my art teacher when I was here as a student in Sec 1 and Sec 2. And she was the one for every speech day. You know our hall, the backdrop, how big it is. Every year during the June holidays, Mrs. Chan would sew all the white pieces of cloth together to form a very big piece of backdrop. And she will get the art students in Sec 3 and Sec 4 to stay back during the June holidays with her, and they would actually paint. So I remember that year, our 25th anniversary year, I remember she had to paint, I think, 5 backdrops just for the June holidays. So she was telling us, there goes my holidays. I've got no holidays left now, because the backdrop was very, very huge. Then we had to think about different ways in which we could hang the backdrop, because usually on other speech days celebrations with just one backdrop, and it stays from beginning of the speech day celebration till the end. But for that particular one, we needed the backdrops to change, so we had to get the D&T department to help us think about what we could do in order to make sure that the backdrop would drop down, and then after that roll up back again, and then the next scene, really literally like watching opera like that, the Chinese opera. And then somebody came up with this bright idea that at the end of the this concert in the hall, this musical in the hall, we should have a grand finale, and we should have balloons coming down from the top of the stage. And then we were wondering, what are we going to do? How are we going to get the balloons to drop down? We blew balloons, put it all inside the net, and then at the opportune time, somebody had to pull some string, and then the whole net will open and all the balloons drop down. So it was quite fun. It was a lot of work, and yet at the end of it all, we managed to get all these things done. And it was because all the teachers cooperated.